Start. We used to know, for example, what belligerency was. Stop. Belligerency, I believe, is defined as waging a regular and recognized war. Stop. It must be regular and it must be recognized. Otherwise, I supposed it guerrilla fighting, which is not belligerency. Stop. And insofar as states or rulers are concerned, the opposite of belligerency used to be neutrality. That is, not siding with the power which is belligerent or which is waging an active and recognized war. Stop. Yet, delegates here must know how vaguely the word neutrality or neutralism, as it is sometimes called, is used now, sometimes as a term of abuse, sometimes in a different way, but mostly in a manner which does not describe what is meant exactly. Stop. As I to powers refer to a state of war or to countries not joining a war. Stop. But as everyone knows, these words are used even when there is no active war. Stop. If a country is supposed to be neutral today, then presumably some other countries which is not neutral should be described as belligerent. Stop. And yet that would be a wrong description because the other country is not engaged in regular or recognized warfare. Stop. I do not quite know how international law or jurists of repute would define what is called Cold War, which is presumably some kind of suspended belligerency. Stop. Para. All these developments create problems for politicians and statesmen. Stop. I do not suppose that juristic definitions solve such problems. Stop. Nevertheless, they might clear the air a little, and I hope that an eminent body of scholars and jurists will throw light on these terms so that at least our thinking may become straight. Stop. Para. As I said, we find today a return to some extent to the idea of the old Holy Alliance backed by military pacts and economic measures. Stop. I should say that there is more than one Holy Alliance. Stop. Behind all this lies enormous danger to the world in case of war. Stop. I take it that international law is meant primarily to prevent war. Stop. Its purpose is to settle problems and disputes by methods other than war. Stop. War is an absence of law. Stop. It is true that so far international law does not have behind it the same strength that domestic law does. Stop. But its main purpose is the avoidance of war. Stop. Almost everybody in the wide world dislike the idea of war today because it is so dangerous. Stop. How can jurists and lawyers help in the avoidance of war? Question mark. They cannot help directly in political